On this week's episode of Roundabout U, we'll take you to Murray State's May Commencement.
We will learn what it takes to be an outstanding senior.
We find out why universities hold commencement.
And finally, we say our final farewells to the class of 2016.
I'm Brianna Sill.
And I'm Shelby Sisson. Welcome to Roundabout U. The Murray State University class of 2016 represents the commitment to excellence and pursuit of superior educational achievement, which are essential to the mission of the university.
This year's graduating class joins nearly 70,000 active Murray State alumni throughout the world. President Davies welcomed this year's class into the next chapter of their life.
To the Murray State class of 2016, this day, commencement, is truly among my favorite activities as a university president. Commencement symbolizes why we are here, to see you succeed and achieve your goals. The 2016 graduating class is 1,565 strong, and they come from 29 different states and 23 different counties. Your ages range from 20 to an 83, who is graduate Mr. Richard Durrett. By the way, I am not worried about Mr. Durrett's job prospects. I have learned that he has an internship worked out with a local bank. Speaking of jobs, one of our graduates, Walter Powell, for the last 2 years, has had a phenomenal internship. He is a wide receiver and return specialist with the Buffalo Bills. You will always have a home here at the finest place that we will know. From here, you will go forward and conquer new goals and seek and achieve new dreams. Many of you are going to graduate school, others immediately to work in the world, while others will travel and seek new horizons. As you go forward, you will never be alone. There will always be a Murray State graduate in your midst. All you have to do is yell, "Go Racers," and they will be there for you. Is Calvin Warren in the audience? Calvin issued a Facebook challenge to me and said I would not do this on stage. It's a day of celebration. Okay, go forward, graduates. Love life, live your dreams. Use your power to make a difference in the lives of others. Do this one moment, one person, one community, one world at a time. Congratulations to each of you, all 1,565 members of the Murray State graduating class. I look forward to hearing from each of you as you live your dreams. God bless, go forward proudly, and most importantly, go Racers.
During the commencement ceremony, Dr. Walter G. Bumpus was awarded an honorary doctorate for his longtime contribution to higher education.
Murray State University hereby certifies that upon the recommendation of the President and the faculty and the Board of Regents has conferred upon Dr. Walter G. Bumpus the degree of Doctor of Education honoris causa in recognition of his lifelong commitment to higher education, his dedicated service to the American Association of Community Colleges, his stellar national presence with the Association of Community College Trustees, his work with the National Initiative for Leadership and Institutional Effectiveness, his association with the National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development, and his outstanding consulting work with numerous community colleges and universities throughout the world. At Murray, Kentucky, this 14th day of May, in the year of our Lord 2016, we bestow upon you the honorary degree.
Each year, 2 seniors are selected as the Outstanding Senior Man and Woman. They are recognized for their contributions and academic achievements during their time at Murray State University. The Outstanding Senior Man was Landon Gibbs, who received a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture with an emphasis in horticulture agronomy, along with a minor in photography.
Next fall, Landon will be attending the University of Kentucky as a graduate student. He has assured me that he will only wear Murray State t-shirts and sweatshirts while completing his graduate studies at the University of Kentucky. For that purpose, would you come forward?
You kind of have an idea that you're competing for it, and there's a chance that you might be the outstanding senior man, but you never know out of how many people are at Murray State, there's a good chance there are a lot of other people that are doing a lot more, doing a lot better. So I think when I first saw the letter from Don Robertson's office, I was in the office of one of my professors getting help with my senior thesis. And I read the email and she was there and I told her, and then after I left her office, I finished reading the email and realized I wasn't supposed to tell anybody until a month later, so I had to go back and tell her. I was like, you can't tell anybody, so.
A very wise and very outspoken communications professor instructed me on all the correct ways to write a speech. I mean, she even wrote the book. When it comes to situations like this, however, and there is nothing left to do or say, but to express what these 4 years have left me with.
The one most important thing I think I'll take from Murray State is probably just lessons that I've learned as far as probably relationships with friends and faculty and just anybody, how important relationships are. And
that's right, love. The simple 4-letter word that we say so many times in our day-to-day lives. Is there something more complex, yet so incredibly simple? Look around you, graduates. Take a moment to try and find your family or your friends. Say hello to them. Tell them you love them, and I'm sure they will all say it back.
I think just as I've grown up over the years at Murray State, just experiencing mature friendships and professional relationships with my professors and how important they are to develop and maintain and really just experience.
I would not be here were it not for my parents, were it not for my siblings, and were it not for my remaining family. And many of you would not be seated where you are if it were not for those same people in your lives.
My parents have helped me, especially my mother. She's very pushy, I guess you could say. Maybe not pushy, but very likes to make sure that I'm very active and get things done because she's very conscientious of my future and wants to help me do the best that I can. So my mom's really helped me a lot as far as that goes. And my dad has too, always being there when I need him.
Even through my most difficult times here at Murray State, I've always had the love of my family and friends to fall back on. It took these 4 years here for me to realize the extensive chain of interlocking affection and genuine care that I have holding me up.
I would like to say to my mom and dad, thank you for instilling in me the hard work and the dedication that I've been able to exhibit and put into practice at Murray State. And thank you for all of the unconditional love and compassion that you guys have shown to me over the years. Even though sometimes it gets difficult, overall I'm really thankful for what you guys have done, and I appreciate you, and I love you.
Murray State's outstanding senior woman was Madison Embry from Morganfield, Kentucky. She received a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting.
I didn't expect to receive this award whatsoever. I thought that I wasn't even considered in the running for it, and I'd honestly forgotten that I had applied for it back in the fall. And so to find out that the university selected me for this honor is just I'm so grateful and completely honored to be able to represent a university that's near and dear to me. What I plan to talk about in my speech is I want to talk about the relationships that we've made here at Murray State and how we've been able to go through these past 4 years and we've been able to get our degree and to succeed and to do well in our classes. But we would not be where we are today without the relationships that we've had through Murray State, whether that's the students or the faculty or the professor or the community. Like, they've always been there for each other. And Murray is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And to be able to go up there and give a speech, I want to be able to recognize what got me here today and what got all the other graduates here today too. And it's the relationships that we made and the people who pushed us and who motivated us and who were able to show us what our full potential was and to let us know that we can succeed and we can get this degree. And I want to be able to reflect on that, because while we may be graduating, that we're still always going to be Murray State racers, and we're going to have those relationships that made us who we are today.
There's an old proverb that states, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. The connections we created during our time here didn't just encompass students, but faculty as well. Graduates, I've yet to find another university where the faculty are as dedicated, accommodating, and as personable as our professors. I'll never forget the time when I had a professor allow me to take an exam on a Saturday because I had a scheduling conflict, or how all my professors know me by name. We can all think of at least one professor that has dramatically impacted our college careers. The ability to capitalize on such a unique opportunity here at Murray State is one that not all students at other universities can claim, and it's what makes being a racer such an honor.
I'm majoring in accounting, and it's actually a funny story how I chose that field. Most people don't really know what they're wanting to major in until they hit college, and then even then they switch their major 2 or 3 times. I was one of those who came through, and I knew exactly from the beginning that I wanted to be an accounting major, and that's largely due to the fact that my mom was my huge role model growing up, and she was an accountant as well. And so looking back and seeing like how she went through, she was able to take that and show me something that's taken as such a boring major and get such a stigma about it, how interesting and how fun it could be. And seeing her throughout her career and seeing how successful she was motivated me to pursue an accounting degree. If there was something that I would like to tell my parents, it's that I'm forever grateful for the support and the love that they've given me. My parents are the sole reason I am where I am today, and I know without their love and support, I would not be getting this award today. Over the past 4 years, my mom has just been a huge supporter and someone who's always been a phone call away where I can just call and vent or ask her about a job opportunity or an internship opportunity. And she's always been there with an open mind and open arms. And just my parents are ones who, they've supported me no matter what I've wanted to do. And they have given me so much, and I can never, if I turn out to be just half the person that they are, I know I'm being successful at life.
In the Greek community, we have a saying, it's not for 4 years, it's for life. Whether it takes you 4 years, 5 years, or even 6 years, we will always be graduates of Murray State. When someone asks me about my time at Murray State, the first thing I mention won't be any personal accomplishment. The first thing I mention will be waiting in line for opening day at Dairy Queen, or participating at All Campus Sing, or benching at the Breezeway, or even watching couples nail their shoes on the shoe tree. I'll talk about the moments that created lifelong relationships and connections that are unique to Murray State. I'll talk about how I became a racer. At the very end, we will always be Murray State racers. Congratulations, class of 2016.
Don't forget your selfie stick.
At the commencement ceremony, the Mace Bearer leads the procession of graduates. Each year, Murray State students nominate their favorite teacher for this Distinguished Professor Award, given out by the Alumni Association and symbolized with a golden apple. President Davies surprised Dr. Wan during class to present him with his golden apple and the news of being this year's Mace Bearer.
Y'all ready? I'm sorry, sir, can I interrupt real quick? Okay, but
Juan has been teaching at Murray State since 1991, after receiving his doctorate in social psychology from the University of Kansas.
And this year, the person that's giving you this test, who will give you all A's, is receiving this award. So on behalf of the Alumni Association, you are receiving the Distinguished Teaching Award, Golden Apple, and all your colleagues are here to thank you. So
And
it's not
to be
just me.
surprised by
All
everyone
these
coming
guys,
to his
all
morning
these people
class.
too.
This
Would you like
Murray
to say a
State
few words as the
tradition,
chair?
established in 1964, the Distinguished Professor Award, acknowledges an outstanding faculty member each academic year that has had a profound and positive impact on students.
Thank you all very much. That's very heartfelt. Thank you.
Juan believes that this award is particularly memorable due to the scholarship. From Roundabout U, congratulations to Dr. Daniel Juan on receiving this award.
Good luck, guys.
Commencements have been around as long as there's been colleges and universities. It's a day many students think about from the time they step on campus. But why do we hold this elaborate ceremony, and what purpose does it serve? Here to give us some of those answers is Renee Duncan, Interim Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Renee, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So like I said, this is a day that students think about from the first time they come on campus. What purpose does the ceremony serve?
Well, it is a way to mark the beginning of the student's new life. So commencement is all about commencing into the future, stepping from the life of a student into the life of a professional, of starting that new life beyond school.
So do you think of it's more of a milestone or just a ceremony?
Well, it's really both. So you might even think of it as a rite of passage. In sociology and psychology, we think of these major milestones in life. And when these milestones occur, we have a ceremony or some sort of celebration of that milestone. And so in a way, the commencement ceremony is a rite of passage. So it's a hugely important thing in the life of a college student, and we definitely want to make sure we mark that.
So we know it's an important day for graduates and their families, but what purpose does it hold for faculty members and staff members?
Great question. Well, speaking as a long-term faculty member, it makes us feel so proud and excited, and it kind of brings the whole experience to the circle is closed to see our students walk across the stage. It's just a fantastic thing for us as well, because we see the students as they come in from just barely out of high school or from other parts of their lives when we're talking about non-traditional students, and then to help those students go throughout and celebrate that end is just fantastic for all of us.
Definitely. So how does the university prepare for this day?
Oh my goodness, it's a major undertaking, as you might imagine. So Mary Ann Gardner, who is in the provost office, is the person who is ultimately responsible for commencement. And you might imagine, as huge of an event as this is, Mary Ann puts many, many, many hours into making sure that the stage is set, we have enough seats. I mean, everything you can imagine, from finding the floral arrangements for the stage to making sure we have a good place for the students to line up just in case it rains, all kinds of things. So she puts in many hours. Other people in the provost office, they also put in many hours making sure that things work well.
Well, that's great. So what do you think is the most rewarding part about seeing so many graduates go through the ceremony?
Well, for me, it's knowing that these students have completed something really major, very difficult. They've grown from being kind of older kids into true adults. And it is, like I said, it's a huge rite of passage. It's a huge move from, well, kind of from childhood into adulthood. It really is just an amazing peak experience for the students, and then for everybody watching them make it to that point.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
We wish you a happy commencement, successful day.
Thank you very much.
For most of their time at Murray State, students have to answer to their professors. But at senior breakfast, the tables have turned, and faculty members have to take orders from the students.
The tradition for faculty to wear costumes, serve the students, and cater to their needs still continues.
The dress code for the 78th senior breakfast was Hawaiian hula skirts, flower print shirts, and even scuba gear. The beach theme made the breakfast a little more memorable for the seniors.
This year they were kind of in a Hawaiian theme. I think the students really enjoy seeing the faculty out of character. You don't typically wear that to a classroom while you're lecturing. So it's just a fun time, and it adds a lot more festivity to the event. And we kind of have a regular group of faculty that do this every semester, every year. So the students, I think, look forward to seeing what they're going to be dressed, how they're going to be dressed.
Serving as MC for the breakfast was Brian Van Horn. Many, many years ago, he was the student government president and enjoyed walking down memory lane while recognizing this year's awards recipients.
Whether it's a who's who, the Max Carmen Teaching Award is given with this, the honors students are recognized, and really it's just an opportunity for faculty and staff and students and retired faculty, staff, and students to come and be in one place again before the end of their graduation. And it's kind of a historical perspective of their last 4 years to some degree. We make a little light of things, and we have a little bit of fun in the process.
Besides recognizing the who's who recipients, the outstanding senior man and woman were announced. Landon Gibbs is this year's outstanding senior man, and Madison Embry was the outstanding senior woman.
The Outstanding Senior Man and Woman are two of the largest awards here at Murray State University. It's a great tradition, and we had great recipients again this year with accolades that would go on for days from both of them. They just exemplify our student base and our student body here at Murray State University. They are outstanding in every way, shape, and form.
Embry and Gibbs lead the candidates for their degrees at commencement and also gave the valedictions for the class of 2016. Working with the students during their time at Murray State is something faculty members enjoy.
Well, many times I think I have the best job on campus because I really get to work with these outstanding students while they're here on campus. And so I get to know so many of the students, and I think I know most of the graduates. And so to be able to recognize these outstanding achievements, to hand out the certificates, and then certainly to hand out the award for the Outstanding Senior Man and Woman, who is someone I know quite well, it's very meaningful, and it really just reaffirms to me why I'm doing all this. And it just, again, as I say, the ability and the opportunity to work with these students as closely as I do, that's why I would say I probably have the best job on campus.
Another outstanding award is given out during breakfast, but this time it is from the students to their favorite teacher. The Max Carmen Outstanding Teacher for 2016 is Bob Valentine, Senior Lecturer in Journalism and Mass Communications. The award recognizes professors who excel in the classroom and exhibit overall teaching excellence. Professors are nominated by the student body and selected by a student committee. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Graduation is an emotional time for students, from being happy and nervous about walking across the stage to sad about leaving their college home in Murray, Kentucky. Like we've heard before, college is a milestone to adulthood. My co-host Brianna was one of those students who walked the stage. While she was lining up at commencement, we asked her about her favorite memories at Murray State.
You know, I've had some great times here at Murray State, but I think my favorite memory has for sure been working here at Roundabout U. But I'm curious as to what my fellow classmates' favorite memories are. What's been your favorite memory at Murray State?
My favorite memory was surviving the tornado that came through my house on my last day of classes.
My favorite memory has been living in the residential colleges and getting to know all the people and being a resident advisor at Hart College.
The professors, all the professors is nice, and they are really friendly for the international student. I have fun with Murray State. It's like a big family.
Transferring from UK and coming here because the atmosphere is better, and I made better friends.
I discovered new culture, and I found that's really helpful for me to extend my experience in life.
My favorite Murray State memory would probably be when I joined Tri Sigma, my sorority. I met a lot of girls, and I wouldn't have had the friends that I do today.
My favorite memory of Murray State is probably having my classes with Coach Sims.
I think just every day being able to hang out with friends and get to learn so much was awesome.
I don't know. I think the first time that I ever got to see Racer One go around the track at a football game was probably like the highlight of my college career.
The favorite thing was all the memories made with the fraternity and all the friends, everybody, the people we met.
along the way.
We did Herp Fest a couple of years ago, or last year, and it was the first time that the Herpetology Society got recognized, and I got to be a part of it. Most of my animals have been seen everywhere in Murray now.
Missouri State game, when we was down because of me, because I, made a few bad mistakes with the ball, and then I just, took charge and just, I think I scored like 4 touchdowns. I ended up catching a game-winning touchdown with like 10 seconds left on the clock.
So Brianna, what was it like walking across the stage at commencement?
You know, Shelby, it was so bittersweet. I'm so proud to be graduating from Murray State, but I'm so sad to have to leave campus and Roundabout U.
Well, we're sad to see you leave the Roundabout U team. We will also be saying goodbye to Brandon Story, our Associated Press award-winning videographer.
Before I start crying, we better wrap this show up.
If you missed a part of today's show, you can always check us out on the web at roundaboutu.com.
And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For the last time, I'm Brianna Sill.
And I'm Shelby Sisson. Thanks for watching Roundabout U.